everyone, and welcome to a galaxy far, far away, and happy 16th of December. Okay, this is a model that I'm really, really excited about, and there are several reasons to that. First of all, it's a model of Hera Syndulla's spaceship, the Ghost, from the TV series Star Wars Rebels. But besides that, it was a model of the Ghost that was the first model I ever opened in my first Star Wars Advent calendar many, many years ago. And I still remember it as it was yesterday. I opened the door of the 1st of December, built the figure, and then I all of a sudden realized, hey, this is the Ghost. And I was so excited that I posted about it on Instagram. And that has led now to my Star Wars calendar every year since then. So yeah, the rest is history, you could say. That's why we're here. I think that this model is actually cooler and more detailed than the model from some years ago. There are these different color markings over the back of the ship. There's this smoked-colored stud in the middle. That's a laser turret. And then there is this little lump on the back. And that's not only a design choice. That's because the Ghost has a little auxiliary craft called the Phantom, which is a part of the ship itself, but it can detach and fly on its own if they are going down on missions where they need to be a little stealthy, or if the group needs to divide themselves in two. And what group, may you ask? Well, the group is basically the people that Star Wars Rebels is all about. The crew on this ship. That's basically what the whole Star Wars Rebels series is about. So the pilot of the ship is Hera Syndulla, and she's a Twi'lek, or Twi'lek, I don't know how you pronounce it. And she's a phenomenally good pilot. And she later becomes one of the instrumental pieces as well in actually forming what is called the Rebel Alliance. That's, by the way, why the series is called Star Wars Rebels in the first place. There's also her husband called Kanan Jarrus, who's a former Jedi Padawan, and his training was never completed because his master was killed in Order 66, which means that he's not a very good Jedi. And I think actually that's an interesting thing we haven't seen before, because Jedis are normally extremely powerful, larger than life. And of course, Kanan goes through quite a story arc over the span of the entire Star Wars Rebels series. He becomes better in the end. Spoiler alert, sorry. But I think the fact that he's not a good Jedi, that's actually quite an interesting angle. Then we have Sabrine Wren. She's a Mandalorian, and she's also a graffiti and explosives enthusiast. And it's her art that actually later on inspires the logo of the Rebel Alliance. And we have Zeb. He's a Lasat, which is an almost extinct race. And he's a little bit, the muscle of the group. And Hera also has an astromech droid called Chopper, who's like, his R2-D2-like character, but way more rude. So very, very unique character, not like R2-D2 at all. And then we have what I guess is supposed to be the main character of the series. He's a young thief that both looks like and acts like Aladdin from the Disney movie. Yeah, he's called Ezra. And Ezra Bridger. And unfortunately, he is so obnoxious. He's not really doing much other than making a mess of all the situations and whining because he doesn't get enough Jedi training. And yeah, a little bit in the beginning, like at the beginning of the Clone Wars, Ahsoka was also not that likable. The only difference is Ahsoka turned into an extremely cool character. Ezra didn't. So yeah. Oh well. But all these characters you can actually see in the Ahsoka TV series in live action, and that's cool. And here it also is explored that Sabrine Wren, the Mandalorian, actually has force powers, it turns out, which was not explored in Rebels. And that is also why Ahsoka takes Sabrine on as her Padawan. Ghost is actually acting as the main setting of the Star Wars Rebels series, where they are flying around and are trying to sabotage the Empire by taking various drops and trying to make their life work. It actually is a lot like the TV series Firefly that you may or may not have seen. There's only one season of it, but that is a story for another time why that is. In the movies, we actually also have a few cameos from the Ghost. In Rogue One, towards the end of the movie, during the Battle of Scarif, the Ghost is part of the Rebel fleet that actually comes to the aid of the Rogue One group that is down trying to steal the plans of the Death Star. So we see it there very, very shortly. In the end of Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker, the latest of the movies, we also see the Ghost appear when all the Rebel Armada or the Resistance Armada appears at the Battle of Exegol. Really, really, really cool figure. And Star Wars Rebels is, despite its flaws, absolutely a series that every single Star Wars fan should do themselves the favor to watch. And let's end with some bonus info. The Ghost's pilot Hera Syndulla in the Ahsoka series is played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who in real life is married to none other than Ewan McGregor, who plays Obi-Wan Kenobi. Alright, that was all. Have you seen the Star Wars Rebels TV series? What do you think about the Ghost? Let me know in the comments below here. And I hope that you will like the video if you liked it, and will subscribe to my channel, and will share this video with friends and foes alike. And remember, I also make a Danish version of this video if you ever need to share it with someone who doesn't speak English but speaks Danish. I hope I'll see you tomorrow for yet another door. Bye bye!